Good evening and welcome to our show, Going Public. I'm Renee Fonseca, and joining us tonight are Terrebonne Parish School District Band Directors Evan Laperouse and Bon Luquette. I want to thank you for joining us tonight. Evan, you are a band director at Homer Junior High. How long have you been a band director?
This is my fifth year teaching.
And then let's go into detail about some of your programs at each of your schools and then other schools in the area. What performance opportunities are available to our students in Terrebonne Parish?
There's usually a good bit of opportunities. For the most part, the concert band, normal concerts that every band will put on, Christmas, spring. Then, depending on grade, 7 through 12, we'll do some marching band parades, and high school will do the normal football games, halftime performances. Some of our schools have jazz bands, choirs, and then also they have some schools that have the indoor percussion that happens during the wintertime.
And what benefits does supporting music in schools have for the community?
Lots of them, as far as, like, it's obviously a big community builder. It's just a big group of students who are there doing something bigger than themselves, that are just working towards one goal. They kind of set aside all their differences and then you work towards one goal.
And Vaughn, you are the Terrebonne High School band director. How long have you been the band director?
This is my 23rd year teaching, my 18th year at Terrebonne High.
And do you plan to retire as a band director?
It's probably going to happen that way, yes.
And what are some of the benefits that you find in supporting music in our community?
Well, the biggest thing is the band kids are seen in the community, whether it's through concerts, whether it's through the Mardi Gras parades, football games. We just had our big parish honor band, so that showcased about 300 of our district's kids. So band is an opportunity for our kids to be seen, and it shows a lot about them, about their parents, about the community, the schools, how much the school and the district support these kids.
And what resources are available to our students to ensure that they are receiving the best instruction?
We have directors at all the schools that offer band or choir, and these guys work tirelessly to provide the best possible opportunity for our kids and experience. The district's been very supportive of the band programs, and Miss LaRose has been a huge advocate for us, so we want to really thank her. And, just getting our kids out there and just letting them have that positive experience.
And Evan, are there any other resources that you would like to add to that?
I just kind of want to go off of, like you said, our school district and Miss LaRose have been very supportive, giving us some method books as well to do that. Unfortunately, one of our big resources, Fabrigus, hasn't been here. They were very helpful, and if we needed something in a pinch, they'd have it, and we could go right there. Other than that, lots of the resources we get are just to help us provide like instruments and take care of our instruments for the students. Mainly just kind of through whatever means necessary.
And does Fabregas plan to come back into the area, or is that something?
No,
No.
unfortunately not.
So hopefully other resources come up.
Yes.
Come up. Let's talk about the process for students to enter into band. At what age can a student get into band, and what are some of the skills that they may need?
Well, we start band in Terrebonne Parish in 5th grade. Some of the schools have some general music programs that they do from kindergarten on up. As far as skills, we take them as green as they come and develop them. So to say that they have to know if something is not a requirement. The kids have a little test that they take, and I use tests very loosely, just to help us place the kids on the correct instrument. Because if they're not on the right instrument, they're not successful, they're not having fun. So we take that really seriously, as to try to get them on the correct instrument. And then we take it from there, and then they're now in band.
And how do you assess their learning, and how do you see if a student is growing in their music?
Oh, that's that's real obvious. They start out and it sounds like something's dying, and then we take it and try to reform it into something that they can have fun with.
And I know you're at the Houma Junior High, so you have some of the younger students. What are the steps with you as far as developing your younger students so that way when they go to Terrebonne High, they maybe, have more experience?
A lot of it for us is just trying to get them to help them just learn to love their instrument. Like they just want to practice scales, which most of the time is not the most fun thing to practice, or just the small things of how to physically, read their music better, things like that. Just the small things that they can learn to love, that how to learn on their instrument, so that way later, they can just get on the field or get in their concert band and just kind of just hopefully tear through some music and just and do it. So
And I know you guys both said, fifth grade was normally when we start in our area. What is a good age for students to start learning and reading music?
If they're interested, it's time. If they have that love, that desire, there's a lot of different places. A lot of local musicians can take on students. There's the Canoyer School of Music that a lot of the kids are starting to go to. So any of those things are great.
And what are some of the challenges that band students may face? I know you said they're always busy. You guys have a lot of practice. What are some of the challenges that you face throughout the year?
I think one of the big challenges I think we face is that a lot of our students, they want something now. I mean, that's just us in general. We get the internet; it happens now, and so that's one of band is not necessarily a now thing. It's over time progressing, and so that's one of the big challenges that we face. And they can go to do some book club, and go to book club, and they can read it and they got it. Whereas band, that it takes a little bit longer to develop some of those skills. Not saying book club's bad, but like it just takes a little longer. It's a longer process.
And throughout the year, I know we talked about some of the events that you guys already participate in, Mardi Gras, your concerts, and that kind of thing. What do we have left remaining for the rest of pretty much the fourth grading period? What takes place?
We have our spring concerts. Pretty much every school that has a band program puts on a spring concert, whether it's at their school or a different venue. I know at Terrebonne High we host Houma Junior High's concert, uh, and some of the other elementary programs come and do their concerts at our school. Um, there's district festivals, and I know Terrebonne's second band, concert band, is going to do Louisiana Invitational that's happening in Lafayette. So there's still a lot of performance opportunities for our kids that are going to be taking place.
And then with the school year ending in May, when do you start preparing for next year?
We already started, so
You've already started.
yes, it's a big old circle for us. It never ends, and I know our kids are excited about getting started for next year already. So we got to kind of tap the brakes on them, and hey, we got to finish what we got now. Um, it's been a busy year, and the kids have loved every second of it. So
And I know you said you've already started for next year. What are some of the preparations that you have to get done for the band season?
for us, it's getting the next year's field show, a competitive show, ironed down and nailed down, um, and just start, prepping the kids, getting numbers together so we can have the right number of students on the field. Um, just anything that you see on Friday nights, so we're already at it.
So it's a constant revolving circle.
That's it.
Evan, what about you with the middle and junior high students? What's your preparations? Are you preparing also for next year as well?
A little bit, not as in depth. We do start prepping as far as we try to make our way out to the elementary schools, go visit, say hello, and kind of just get excited about band again. End of the year kind of testing happens, so it's let's refresh about band and just to get same thing numbers as far as class schedules set up for next year. And we do have our little junior high marching band that we got to prepare some music for, but mainly is just assessing where those students are at and preparing them for their classes for next year. And that's majority where our preparation comes from.
I'm just starting over also pretty much. I know the last few years we've dealt with a hurricane, we've dealt with the COVID. How have your band students been affected by those last few years?
It's been tough, but our kids are resilient and they're strong. We've had kids who were totally affected by the storm, and one in particular was living in Morgan City, and she made her mom bring her to Terrebonne every day so she could be in our band. So band is definitely a community where the kids want to be a part of it, and it's a special place. And I was really not shocked when the student told me that, or the mom told me that, but it was we got to do band. And so as soon as we were able to come back from the storm and get band back the way functioning, it was we have to do that for these kids.
She had that love.
That's it.
That's it. And Evan, did you notice a difference with your students?
Slightly, I like because our kids were a part of the beginning process of band whenever COVID and the storm hit. So ours is kind of getting back into that routine of band mainly, and just this is how we're gonna do it type of deal.
Well, I want to thank you both for joining us today and taking time out of your schedule. It was a pleasure having you on the show. I would like to thank you, our viewers, for watching. Don't forget to join us every Tuesday on Going Public. Good night.